And that's how stars were made. Doing the things that nobody wants to do at godly hours that nobody wants to. It's fucking 5:56. I'm going to work. This nigga probably been up for like 15, 20 minutes putting in the work. Yeah, that's the main reason why I couldn't be a star athlete. I didn't care. I might have had the skill for it. I just definitely didn't have the devotion. So from what the schedule told me, they got me on lot, which means they need the lot cleaned up before I leave. Which means, actually I already knew this was gonna happen to me. I am me. I work like a fucking dog. I work like a mule. I work like a mutt. I work like somebody's gonna kick me out. I work like I don't have a fucking seat. I work like I gotta fucking work for the places that I need and want to be, when in reality, I probably am one of the hardest workers you'll never meet. And it's like, I got my weight vest on today because I know I'm doing a lot of shit and I'm going to refuse to go on routes because honestly, I don't mind work. I've always told people this, but the problem is they don't get what I mean by I don't mind work, because they see me bitch about the bureaucracy of the egos and the, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. What I mean by I don't mind work is I don't mind consistently having to do something. What I dislike about work is the hierarchy. What I dislike about work is unfairness. What I dislike about work is they're gonna bitch and complain to you and about you about maybe like your work ethic, but negating to realize that they're the reason why they set you up for failure and then question why you fail. But always clap, applaud, you say great job when they set you up for failure and you succeed. So my thought process has always been shut the fuck up. I'm still getting the shit done that I shouldn't be getting done. Leave me the fuck alone. But you're not allowed to say that to your bosses and managers, because that's how you lose your job and that's how you lose money. In all honesty, I don't really have much of an ego and a pride. I'm just going to quit the job and go on to something different, especially if I feel that way. But other instances, it's just like, I see how fucked up this place is. I see nobody's willing to fix it. And I, as the lowest person on many totem poles, can never do anything aside from speak out my thoughts and opinions, which then eventually starts to make people want to like quit their job or say certain things. Like, I'll start revolution jobs without even thinking about it, just because when I'm irritated, I get really mouthy. Really, I consciously, even being here, have stopped myself from being too mouthy, trying to like, because I will be the plague that causes new people to fucking leave, because I have no reason why, 9 times out of 10. Unless you're a police officer, unless you're a judge, unless you're a lawyer, unless you're gonna try and throw me in jail for some miscellaneous bullshit, I ain't got no reason to fucking lie. I'm gonna tell you the truth as honest as I perceive it to be, and we might be in 2 different realities. So go ahead, check me. I could be 100% wrong, but I see things different than most people do. And honestly, I see behind doors and through doors. I don't give a fuck with the door. Every door is a glass door when I'm coming through. I'm not Superman, but I am a Superman. So in short, I would have enjoyed slavery. If not, I would have enjoyed being on a farm life. Just because if I definitely would have gotten bored and probably been addicted to some of the animals out of boredom. It's like, oh, the same bullshit every single day. Like, you can only switch it up so many times before it's just repetitive. So I guess it really depended on how big the farm was and what all they had me do, if I'd actually enjoy the farm life or I'd just get annoyed. Just, either way. Because like, I remember when I was cleaning for a stint, I did it so long. Like every week, I cleaned a building a little bit different. And sometimes I'd start from the first entryway, sometimes I'd walk all the way to the back, start that way. Hell, I didn't start from the fucking middle, go right, start from the middle, go left. And I got so bored of cleaning it so many different ways, I was like, I don't know. Started running through it, fucking listening to podcasts, listening to music, working out in between. But to me personally, there's only so many different ways you can do something before it's like, yeah, this fucking sucks. And that's why living forever, in my mind, would be fucking horrible. Which is why I'm glad we get a memory wipe in between. Because remembering all those would be horrible. That white light, Men in Black shit. You wanna know something funny? I even see that white light every once in a while. It's like a quick flash, like a lightning. It's like I blinked and I missed it, but I saw it. I know I did. You can't convince me I didn't. So, I forgot this was a fucking... has reflectives on it. Goes to show you how much I use this actually outside. Like, my biggest thing is I want to, like, wear this all day, but it's not comfortable to do that. And that's the only, it's really the only reason why I want to get into the design of making this type of stuff. Just because I feel like it could be way more comfortable, less awkward. My problem with making things is I'm too lazy to sit down and actually focus. Like, if it's not, like, moving things, it bothers me. So I guess in reality, it's all I need is a treadmill every time I want to do an idea. That way I can stay in one spot and still get shit done. It probably make my life a little bit easier. But you know how expensive everything is? So essentially it's all I need is a sugar mama. Who got a grandma or a mom that just, you know. It should be easy. If I wasn't so socially awkward working these jobs, do you know how many women I could pull? I'm pretty, I'm just weird. So I'm just pretty weird. I never know if a woman's hitting on me even if she starts touching me. Like, whoopsie, sorry, man, didn't mean to get that close to you. So much space and I still get too close. My bad. I don't keep distance. We speak a language and people don't like to use their words, but when I use my words, now I'm in trouble. What do I bring to the company? You'll see. I be doing shit like this all the time. It takes too long to get everybody to get moved, which is why I'm very vital for a team. I will move without anybody following me. I don't give a shit. I know what needs to be done. Once I'm aware of that, I start doing things. Gotta get that truck moved away from parking area so nobody gets in trouble. Ooh, you leaky bitch. So this bitch gonna go in there. I don't need to back it in, so I'm not going to. And honestly, because of the way check out the trucks, makes it easier to keep it like this anyways. Just so I can fix my own angling. Always check your mirrors. If you always do that, especially if you go slow, even when you have an accident, nobody will notice. Perfect. And I even left the boss space to park for whenever he gets here. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how I work as a team member. I'm not saying any of my coworkers are lazy. It's just most people don't have to get up and go like I do. Sat around, I had fun conversating. I know what I'm doing today. Now it's time to go to work. By the time people get started, I've already been 20 minutes into the shit. More or less. Either way, now what's gonna make it tricky is this scrap. I gotta fit this bitch in this spot. This truck's right here. Should I move it? Probably. Will I move it? No. Not even once. I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is figure out how much space I need and just move the scrap. Or just run over the scrap. One is it. Either way, I'm gonna get this bitch back here. One way or another. One way or another. Time to get this puppy turned around and back in. It's gonna be tight. I have everything I can see in bed. Closer, getting closer. Tight, keep it tight, keep it tight. This side, this over. I was gonna hit something. Damn. I see what I'm hitting. This motherfucker right here. Okay. That should be good. Are you looking for a dolly? I don't know what he's looking for. If he was looking for one, there's literally one on one of the trucks I took. Yeah. definitely fast. Just can't utilize that mirror for a hot second. This is why you always move trucks, guys. Also, that's why you always go slow. You need to move that truck. Let's get that truck moved out of the way for a second. That looks like it could be filled more. I said, as long as there's no cosmetic damage. Okay. Got it, or fit like a glove once I did it correctly. Had to move that one truck. Tied up against that dumpster, running past it. Refrigerator. I am definitely not the best or the smoothest driver. I just retry. And this is why I don't put the energy forth towards people, because when they say apply the pressure, y'all know I'm basically a psycho, right? The amount of work, energy that I put into work, if I put inside of a human, I'd be thrown in jail if not murdered for it. And you don't get it until you've worked with me. I don't know when to stop until the job is done. That's my biggest toxic trait. Like, okay, they're mine. Now what do I do? I'm more of like a goal-oriented person. If there's really no goal aside from just be number one. I don't want to be number one in a room full of narcissists and psychopaths. I don't need to earn the title. I'm not saying I feel like I have it, but I feel close to it. But what are your crimes? I don't need to be a fucking bad psychopath to be a psychopath. But because of the way that the media shows it, psychopaths and sociopaths are known for the disaster that they cause, instead of sometimes the peace and the love and enjoyment. I'm one of the good ones. Whatever the fuck that means.
Okay. Something all right, yes.
because some things you'll never see again, and some things you'll see too often. Exactly. It's not gonna believe I fucking put a purple stove inside of a truck. Who the fuck buys purple stoves? Who the fuck do they make purple stoves? This gotta be Princess Stove. Purple, but it looks blue to me. Gotta get this cleared up. But whew, making some good time. We just consistently working, getting shit done. Yeah. I have learned I did not have the time to speak to a lot of people. And that's fine with me for the most part. I do what I can do. For the most part. So we're making good work of this stuff. We'll definitely get everything done. I'll probably be done by 1 o'clock. Being an absolute ace is what I'm thinking. They're having me do a dump run because I'm an angsty type of person. I don't like to be asked to assist or do work if there's not really work to do. That's the weirdest part about me. Like, I'm generally, I don't know, I feel like I work so hard, even a workaholic might blush a little bit. Like, ooh, you really doing this for me? Oh, little me. Bitch, I just like to move. I got this, I don't like to sit still type of energy. I really don't. I think it's 91 Postal Road. If I remember correctly. This doesn't have a camera, so therefore I can be as me as I need to be. I was literally going to take some weed and acid, but I don't think I need it.
Starting route
I expect there to be more heavy shit,
Postal
but
Drive.
I want to say I got most of the
Proceed
heavy
to Commerce
shit.
Park Oval.
No,
Then
not
take the
necessarily. I got
first
most of the
right.
heavy shit done by myself because clearly teamwork. I'm only so strong, and I would have been gassed by now if I had to lift all the heavy shit by myself. But no, we definitely fucking pound this out as a team. We're being consistent with each other. Like, I'm the only one that actually stayed back and helped load and unload every single truck. Well, I'll help load every truck because the unloading portion is all we have to do is take it to the dump and hit a button. We're good. Had everything I need. Got this. Got that. I should have. What I should have done is I should have brought my recording phone because I have multiple phones, as you know. That's why they park like that, because they weren't staying. It made sense. But like, I don't know. I enjoy it here. Not that. What was I going
At the
with?
stop
I
sign,
don't know.
turn left onto Old Rockside Road.
I don't know where life's taking me, but eventually it's gonna take me to death. That's all I know. That's my biggest thing. Like, stay busy, but busy until what? I still feel like something's coming, but I don't care if I'm here for it or not. And yes, for the record, I have been wearing this little dirty. I've been wearing this since I got to work at fucking 5:30. I left the house with this bitch on. I literally put on my work shirt and then put this on. I've been fucking rocking this since like fucking 6 something. And when will I take off? I don't know, probably when I'm done with work. And yes, I've had this on lifting every single fucking item. I've not once taken this off. I did think
Half miles. Turn left to merge onto I-77 south toward Akron.
had 3 trucks all going out to unload. Oh! Okay, kind of makes sense. So I was trying to think of who all is driving out, because I do know that I'm one of them. There's 1 people in 2 trucks, and then there is a total of 5 people driving out, essentially. No, 4 people. Do my math right. And I know the GM is staying back.
In 1 mile,
So I'm assuming he
turn
has
left to
meetings.
merge onto I-77 south toward Akron.
But either way, last week, a lot of places I go, I leave an imprint. People enjoy me, people hate me, people this, people that. I can't speak for everybody, but I want to say, for those that I was around and were able to communicate with and get good connections with, like, I feel like I made a difference. I feel like I make a difference everywhere I go. I just don't always like stay in the place that I'm at, because the problem with it is a lot of people have a lot of things nice to say about me, but if I was to recite back what I felt and being completely honest, I'd sound like a dick. And that's just because the way that I analyze things and break things down, I know and see where things could be way more efficient. When it comes down to it, it's money, it's chemistry, it's this, it's that, and it's just, it is what it is. I want to be more of a manager, but a lot of times being the boss is, and I gotta tell you what to do, gotta tell you how to think, all this and all that. And I don't mind working with people that, I don't know,
are slow, but I just don't always like to think it for everyone. And yes, I made sure I made it through all these lights. Who the fuck you think I am? No, the boss is, what the fuck? Then, what the, everybody, because that's the boss right in front of me in truck 37. Like, that's a GM, like, not big boss, but like, he's still pretty up there. He can fire me. He won't, though, like. One of the jokes I made with one of the managers is like, if he had to fire me, he'd probably cry a little bit, or at least be upset. Like, this is definitely a job that I 100% felt once I got into the groove of it, I'd have to quit for me to lose my position. Aside from choice things, just because, like, the way that system plays, I can't guarantee I would have lost my job. I can't say how many times that's been close to me losing my job, because I will admit, there was when I first started off, I had a day scheduled, I missed it, they never fired me for it. I was thinking, oh shit, I didn't know call no show, didn't fire, and also I didn't get any points for it, so I was like, oh fuck. So they must have either really fucked me heavily or just figured, oh no, he's, because like, I don't know why I never got in trouble for it. I never even discussed it, never brought it up, so I was like, fuck it, maybe New Dimension, who this? As well as there was a time that I lost a check, that would have been my job if I wasn't able to get the customer to rewrite me a new check. But I was also willing to fucking get it taken out of my paycheck, stuff like that. But they were saying something about like embezzlement. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, the main reason why I do a lot of jobs is because work doesn't always feel like work, but when work feels like work because we're doing extra shit that we don't need to, I start getting pissed and irritated and annoyed. It's like, I know how to make things smoother, but everything comes down to the fine point of the dollar, and it's just like, I'm not saying you need to throw money at it, but to train people costs money. To get people to act a certain way, to educate people, everything costs something. Like, you gotta pay attention, you gotta show up, you gotta smell good, you gotta be able to communicate well, you gotta. There's things that you gotta do, there's things that you're told to do. I think we'd do better if we were still in like, what's the word I'm looking for? If we're still in smaller villages and tribes. Like, they know how to fuck people up. They, as in the 1%, those that have the power, those that are the brains, those that don't. Listen, but break the rules and create the rules so we have rules to follow, if you get what I mean. The world's only fucked up because we allow it to be. So divided by such simpler things. I hate your eye color when I truly mean your skin. Oh, you support that team? That's because you're uneducated. Oh, so many shots and blows. No, I will never, ever love you. I will never ever know you. I will never, ever care about you, but I'm gonna judge you. I'm gonna hate you. I'm gonna make you not want to procreate. Who are you to me? Aside from just another body. Either way, it is what it is. Now, this truck definitely broken. No camera, no. I'm happy. They did this on purpose. They know who I am. They also know who I am. So therefore, even though I do things different than other people do, they know I'm not going to do anything to jeopardize things. One thing I learned is professionalism. I know how to be a professional. That's why people don't think I'm crazy until they get to know me. It's like, I don't think you're crazy, nigga. I know you're crazy. I'm crazy in a good way, or at least I believe. And I know it could be worse because I've heard stories of people doing shit that I thought I would never do because I got to live with my own actions and my memory plays too much. I'm too introspective to be that much of a demon. Now, if you give me a good reason to, I'll think about it, but like, I also remember why I did it. Fucking idiot. Day 2, I don't know what day 3 is gonna look like. I don't know if they're gonna be on route or what. Also, funny thing is, they saw me take a split. Things I still need to learn to do. How to apply the right amount of pressure. I never know that. It's one thing that, I don't know, what is really taught and what you generally are supposed to learn due to common, oh fuck, man, it spoke a little bit. That's what you'd expect. Common upbringing, I don't know. I'm also only 3 miles from the dump, it's not horrible. Tarp's down, it's just a box.
In 2 miles, take exit 149 beyond to State Route 82 west towards Northview Heights.
Learn manipulated and used more. Like, I'm aware of it, I just don't care half the times. And that's the main reason why when people have such nice things to say about me and like, oh, you're this, you're that, you're this, that's because I enable a lot of people to be lazy. I don't give a fuck. Like, if you ask me to do something 9 times out of 10, I'm just gonna do it. Why? Because I don't fucking care. It gives me something to do. I wasn't gonna do anything to begin with. I do a lot of just, either I'm overworking or I'm just sloth mode. So having nothing to do, and when people ask me to do stuff, that just gives me something to do. And a lot of people are aware of that and take advantage. I know it kind of makes me seem like a little bit bitch-made, but it's just like, eh. But I also realize once I feel you're taking advantage of that, I just don't want to spend time around you. Because, like, you know how I think and you know how I operate, so you choose to abuse it instead of using it strategically. You worked me out of your circle because I realized I'm not going to say no, but also I don't always have to stay around. Like, I can say yes and still not do it. I can continue saying yes and have no issues, but eventually, like, are you going to always have me to utilize? And then it's like, why are you leaving? Why are you? You're such a great person to be around. I know. I enable your laziness. You don't have to do much when I'm around. All you have to do is give me a listen and get it done. If I really want to.
Take exit 149 beyond to
And if I'm not already busy,
west toward Broadview Heights.
Why not?
Then take the first right onto East Royalton Road.
The fucked up part is people always get me on what are you doing? Or they'll say, are you busy? 9 times out of 10, it's nothing, if not no. That doesn't mean I want to do something, so they assume like, oh great, you're not busy. So I'm gonna start lying when it's like, are you busy? Yes, but you're not doing anything. We're doing a lot of internal work right now. I need more me time. It's not really a lie. It's just things that how a lot of people believe is if I can't see it, then I can't believe it. So with me being a disabled type person, if you've seen me work, which I got videos of me working, so it's like you can say you ain't never seen me work, but that's cool. I got proof of the bitch. So when I tell people I'm a heart patient, like, nah, you lying son of a bitch. Are you sure you're a heart patient? I don't know. You tell me. I move like wait, y'all didn't know that I ain't gotta act disabled. I don't know what disabled people act like, anyways. I generally don't. Like, okay, yes and no. And I say it like that because I have mentally and or physically disabled siblings. And growing up with that environment, I learned that everybody shows up differently no matter what the case is, because I've had multiple siblings with the exact same disorders, but because of who they are and the way that things work with them, it didn't show up the exact same. So it's just like, huh. Which is why people find it hard to believe when people are autistic and savants, but they believe in when they're autistic and stupid, because how 90%, I can't say 90, that's a fucking high number, how a good majority of people in existence believe is disabled people are supposed to be dumb, they're supposed to be weak, and they're supposed to always need assistance, when you could be disabled and not have any of those criteria whatsoever. You could be disabled and be fucking genius. You could be disabled and be super strong. You could be disabled and be beautiful. You could be disabled and be skinny. You could be disabled and be poor. You could be disabled and be rich. You could be disabled and look like anybody. Anybody could be part of the disabled community. Literally. But most people don't want to take into consideration that whatsoever. Like, you have to look a certain part. You have to act a certain part. You have to... Bitch, you ain't have to do nothing. The things that they tell you have to do are just so that they can manipulate you to be in their game that they want you to play with them. You can play your own game. I play my game all the time. That's why people don't always enjoy my company, because like, you act like you're in your own world. That's because I am. Every time in this world I get pissed. And definitely annoyed, because you all play a fucked up game. And every time I try to point out to you guys, you want to play stupid. It's like, okay,
Stay in the left
let's
lane.
both play stupid then. Or delusional. We both can play delusional, but I ain't gotta play your game with you to be delusional. I'm playing my game, you play your game, and we're gonna game together, or just not. Who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, as long as I'm not out here trying to fucking force my negative thoughts and opinions on people, as long as I'm not raping, as long as I'm not molesting, as long as I'm not killing, as long as I'm not kidnapping, as long as I'm not causing an issue to the gene pool, I don't really give a fuck. I am hard to bother, but take my absence and my wanting to leave as a sign of you being, what's the word I'm looking for? Selfish? Stupid? Nah, selfish, smart word. Selfish, entitled, bratty, lazy, I don't know. You could be better, but couldn't we all? Oof, that definitely came from us. Told my ass to drive slow. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what 3 are going to the dump and 1's going to the scrap. I forgot about that. That's why 3 are going this way. So yeah, everybody really is managing the truck. I would have been the only one left at the shop if I didn't get in the truck, to be honest. I would have still found shit to do. I always find something to do. It's me. I was probably just gonna eat the fucking edibles and then just start hammering away and trying to get shit done. I've been wearing this bitch all day. Since like 5! No, 6 something. So I woke up roughly about 5:30. Got ready for work. This was literally the last thing I put on before I even left the house. And I get to work before 6:15 so I can go through, consolidate the trucks. And then today was a shop shit day. So we gotta throw things away. Today is a shop shit day. Shop shit day. Go into the dump like crazy. It's actually my first time going to the dump. I feel like I've thrown a ton worth of shit. I feel like I'm not quite sure if it's right or not, but like I feel like my arms and legs should be dead by the end of the day just because I've had this on, so I've definitely been killing my legs a little bit. Type of things I'm lifting and walking with my arms and legs, so it's like, yeah, I'm expecting to be sore tomorrow. Now, is that going to be the case? I don't know. I'm going to try. That's the goal. Hey, as you can tell, I just got done with work. Now, not necessarily, because it's 2 o'clock. I actually realistically got done with work at 1 o'clock. Now, the reason why I'm getting out of work so late is because I am an information whore. And I'm going to explain it like that, and I'm saying it like that because I want to know, and it probably is a little bit of trauma-based reasoning of why I think the way I do, but I always want to know what am I doing wrong, how can I do better, what are the rules, I want a syllabus to everything. And not everything essentially has a syllabus, not everybody wants a information dump on people. And that's my biggest problem. Like, I hate when it's like, you could have just fucking told me! Why didn't you just tell me? Like, I generally want to know, like, why didn't you just tell me X, Y, Z, A, B, C, don't do this, don't act like this. And I do know some lines was like, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, cowards never make anywhere, all this and all that. But what y'all don't realize about me is, if I never lived in a fearful mindset, I would be a fucking killer, and I'm not even kidding about that. There are people in existence that generally make me so unnerved and so dysregulated, the only feasible thing that makes sense to me is violence to the point where I don't have to worry about them being alive. But I was trained correctly. Now, even though as an adult I don't really have a history of aggression or violence, I do have a lot of history of being loud and emotional, obnoxious, and all this and all that, but don't we all just a little bit? I don't know, either way. But as a child, I don't have documented history, but every once in a while, I do a lot of self-reflection. I think about countless and stupid shit. But I literally think about as much trouble as I've gotten. I've probably gotten the most trouble in elementary and middle school. And a lot of it was kind of stupid things to me. Because one of the reasons I got called down to the office is because I gave this chick my jacket because she said she was cold. I was taught and I was fucking trained to be kind, be considerate, be nice, and especially be nice to women. So I was nice to everybody, but I was especially nice to women. No matter what the fuck the case was, I was nice. Back to the point. So I gave her my fucking hoodie, ended up getting called to the office, asked, hey, did you give her a hoodie? Well, she has her own shit, don't worry about that. Okay. Another occasion, I gave her some money because she said she needed lunch money, and blah, this, blah, that. Apparently, that's something you're going to do again. And another time we were getting called down to the office, I don't remember what, but like me and like 2 other dudes were always getting called down to the office. I don't tell the story just a little bit, but either way. So like growing up, I remembered I've never really done anything. In my mind, I thought I was always doing good. And as an adult with the mindset that I have now, I was doing good. There was no wrongdoing in what I was doing. It's just the way that the school system and the way that adults and the way that everything goes, like I'm not into the whole entire system workings and being able to see how things work. It's like you want people to be good, but you don't want them to do good. Like you don't want them to do great. You want them to think about others, but you don't want them to enact things. You don't want them to spend money, or you yourself don't want to spend the money. And as a child, I never got that. So I went from being overly nice, then there's times I was just being aggressive. Like I remember kneeing a kid in the nuts, and I was just because I was excited, not even because I was pissed. That dude was my best friend, or at least I consider him my best friend. I don't know if he considered me my best friend, considered me his best friend, but at the time I considered him my best friend. Fucked up part is I kneed him in the nuts in the middle of the gym class in front of everybody. Punishment for that was running laps. But also, I'm going to add this into it. I think this is the main reason why I do not like to be seen as disabled or even talk about having heart issues. Like, I don't really care now as an adult, but when I was younger, I used to kind of like hold it as like a fucking target on my back. Because people used to go easier on me once they realized I was a heart patient because they thought, oh, he's disabled, so that means go easier on him. And it's all I ever wanted to be for the longest time is normal. But you can't be something that you don't know the base for and that you're not born to be. So therefore, how the fuck can I be normal? I was born never to be. I was never born to be average. I was never meant to fit in. If I was meant to fit in, I wouldn't have fucking heart issues. If I was meant to fit in, I would have stayed in Haiti. If I was meant to fit in, I would know my family. If I was meant to fit in, none of the shit I went through would have fucking happened. Because you can't go through all the shit that I went through and be normal in any fucking sense. And if you are, well, how much money did it cost and what drugs are you on? Because I need some of the shit that you have. Because, as a fucking orphan, moved to fucking America at the age of 3, adopted by a Caucasian family, filled with a bunch of mentally and or physically disabled siblings, ranging from autism, the shaken baby syndrome, the fetal alcohol syndrome, to parents doing drugs before giving birth to them. Like, what type of childhood does that... I literally describe it as like a little mental asylum because I've been to an asylum. I don't know if it's an asylum, like some mental health institution. Like, I literally was locked up for my mental health for like fucking 2 weeks, and it keeps going with the whole entire mumbo jumbo. We're gonna try to help you, but we're not gonna help you. They sell you shit just to keep you sedated and stuff like that. The more that I learn, the more that I get pissed off because, like, you don't have to lie to me. You know that. You can just tell me, like, as soon as we let you go, like, we want you to take these meds, but if you don't, fuck it, we don't care. We want you to go to fucking therapy all the time, but if you don't, fuck it, we don't care. Like, we want you to do these things, but realistically, we don't want to see you here. So all you do is say you don't want to see me here. I can act forever. I've been acting all my fucking life. And that's the main reason why I have issues being in certain places, because I don't know how to be and who I should be. Which is why I always feel so free at work, because I know what to do at work, who to be, blah, this. Just shut the fuck up and take orders from people. As long as the orders make sense to me, I'm not gonna really argue. But once you start saying some outlandish and just like power tripping, just dick swinging shit, then I'm like, I only have a brain because I tried working without a brain, and then it started to irritate me, and I started getting angry and angry and angry, and then I developed my own brain and my own thoughts, my own mind, and I realized, just like me, most of y'all don't know what the fuck you're doing either, but at least I will admit to it, and some of y'all just pretend you do and say, shh, shut the fuck up, don't you ever call me out on my bullshit. Well, I'm always call you out on your bullshit. So only I want to take accountability? Okay, fine with me. Either fucking way. The aggression that I had as a child was just like, I don't know, I consider it to be high energy, but like, my feelings don't feel like everybody else's feelings feel, and I don't know how to explain that aside from, like, I grew up in a loud house, and not necessarily it was loud because there's 11 kids. Well, 11 kids, roughly about 13 to 15 people in the house, depending on the fucking time of the year, because on top of the adopted kids, we also were a foster family for a while, on top of the fact that we always had animals integrating, regardless if it was dogs, birds, cats. We even had rabbits for a little bit. Almost like, not as much of a mini farm, because we never had like cows or horses, but I have been on farms. Either way, I am just trying to think, like, from my scope of reality, normal for me is to act like some of my siblings that didn't do anything that other people perceive to be normal, but what most people neglect to think about is normal is based off of everybody's individual perceptions of what normality is. So to me, I've always thought, I know I didn't believe I was normal because I was basing my normal off of everybody else's normal instead of basing normal off my normal. So if I base normal off my normal, I would have been normal, whatever the fuck that is, because normal is essentially the standard, the average, and what the standard and the average is for my world is not the standard and average for your world, which I keep trying to explain in this message and multiple messages in different fucking ways. But maybe it'll stick eventually. I just gotta keep repeating it in different ways for you guys to get it. It's it's normal for me, but what's normal for me is abnormal for you. But don't ever assume that I'm not being normal for what's normal for my reality. Stop making me try to live in the world that I do not live in when I live in my world. You live in your world, and sometimes we visit each other's worlds. Either way, my biggest issue is that a lot of things in life from what I've currently learned and continue to learn is just, it's wording based. You could literally get away with everything if you word it correctly. I will give you some examples, okay? Hey, can I punch him? Do you mean your body was uncontrollable and you had a spasm and you accidentally hit them? Yeah. My body had a spasm and I didn't mean to hit them, it just happened. Can I not lift this? So you mean you're having back problems and knee problems, and what you're trying to do is make sure that you don't bump up your hospital bill more, so you're just trying to preserve your body? Yeah. I ain't trying to be lazy. I'm just, you know, back problems and shit like that. Can I do this? I'm not allowed to give you permission to do that, but if you happen to do that and I'm not around and I don't notice it, it happens how it happens. If there's no proof that you did it, I'm not saying you can do whatever you want to, but what I'm saying is I am not allowed to witness you do that. Take what you will with that information. And then on top of that, everybody has different belief systems on what non-answers mean. Like, in my world, if you don't tell me a verbal yes, it's a no. Like, I need confirmation up the ass. I need constant communication. I need constant confirmation. I will not hang out with you, even though we may have made extensive plans to hang out throughout the whole entire week until the day of, unless you confirm that you are fine with me coming on my way. And when I send on my way, or is it cool if I come back? If I come by, if I do not get a confirmation text within an hour, like, I'm literally not even moving until I see that, yeah, it's cool. Even if it's like 3 hours, 4, 5, 6, I might not even want to come after 6 hours. I might not even want to come after 1 hour, to be honest. But at the same time, until I see a confirmation text, I ain't doing shit. And that's because of my previous life experiences with people saying they want to do things and changing plans and getting confused and getting angry. It's just like, you know what? At the same time, I'm doing the things that make me feel safe, that make me feel comfortable. So you can be upset at all. You can be as upset as you want for me, but I'm running my life how I've learned to run my life, while you're running your life how you learned to run your life. But at the same time, I can give you the understanding, but you choose to want to stand over me. Like, you can't understand me? Fuck, I must be speaking a different dialect of English. Let me switch this shit up for you, okay? A G always gonna be a G, even if you can't see. I be doing what works for me, like what you do works for you too. So, hey, it be how it be. I'm just trying to live in peace.